All right, well, good morning. It is May 10th, 9:02 a.m. Thank you guys very much for being on the call this morning. We have a couple of things to go through that are, obviously, top of mind this week as we focus and continue to rock and roll through lock-in right now. The first thing that I do want to remind everybody is why we're here. Our mission is to improve the lives of our community with affordable, quality health care. So every day when you're out there and you're waking up, don't forget, why we're doing what we're doing. Yes, the money comes, but it's such a fantastic feeling when we're out there and we're able to help people, connect with doctors, make sure that their medications are covered, and improve their benefits. And that's really why we're doing what we're doing. So just as a reminder, take inventory of why we're doing what we're doing out here. So with that, there's no better way to serve the community than knowing what you're talking about, so make sure that you get trained. So the first thing we're going to do is go through the training calendar. It's definitely light this week. So this morning at 11 o'clock, Devoted is doing their coffee and chat sessions. This is a twice-a-week event that they usually do. So if you have some questions or concerns that you want to bring up with Devoted Healthcare, they'll be available today at 11 o'clock. This one's geared for the Orlando market, but again, anyone that is offering Devoted Healthcare can jump on there at 11 o'clock and get their questions answered. Tomorrow, May 11th at 10 a.m., Humana is going through their Go 365 program, and you can go ahead and jump on the training calendar. And this is for their members. They've got some extra benefits that they can access. So you can register through the training calendar there. That's for tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Later on tomorrow at 2 o'clock, Humana is teaching you how to do LIS, understand LIS. So low income subsidy, what does it mean? Right now, this is a fantastic time to learn and master low income subsidy. This is the program that eliminates 95% of the cost of medications for those seniors that qualify based on their income and their assets. So those that need the most help, you could be out there helping folks. We're going to talk about another program that was brought to my attention this week as well. We're going to talk about that today as well. Jumping over to Wednesday, which is the 12th, Humana is doing another training session. This one's for Facebook. So how to get started with Facebook, how to do marketing as an agent with Facebook. Now, Humana does have some incredible marketing supplies and advertisements that are already pre-made and pre-approved, and in order to access those assets, you do have to go through one of their Facebook trainings. So make sure you knock that out if you haven't done that yet, because it's got some really, really great marketing tools that you can use and access. You can unlock that as soon as you get your training done. So that's on Wednesday at 10 o'clock. And then the last thing going on this week is Devoted, another coffee and chat session. That's going to be geared for the Jacksonville market, but again, anyone that has questions about Devoted can jump on there, and that is at 11:30 on Thursday. So that's the training for the week. If you do not have this training calendar, please reach out to an HPM associate, and we will be happy to get that installed for you on your laptop, your phone, or your iPad. So there you go. All right. Contest. As a reminder, either 5 sales reported or 2 freedom sales will get you your 2022 AHIP test paid for. And, AHIP is coming around the corner in less than a month and a half here. We will be able to go ahead and take our 2022 AHIP. And as a reminder, you do have to have AHIP done every year in order to sell each and every plan out there, with the exception of a few carriers like United and Cigna. They have their own test. But if you do your AHIP, it automatically knocks that thing out too. You don't have to take the double test. But willing to pay for your AHIP if you write 5 or just 2 freedom sales. Now, they do have to be reported, okay? So as a reminder, you're going to go out to the Medicare app report, which we've created. And here it is here. There's a little video to walk you through the plug-in here. But just as a reminder here, if it's a new client, you're going to click New App, or if it's a plan change, or if you're just making an agent of record change, which a couple of carriers do allow you to do agent of record changes, do that there. For the most part, we're going to select New App, Medicare Advantage. You're going to select your name. Now, if you've never used this form before and you have a sale to input, please make sure that you reach out to John Minotti so he can add you into the form. You won't be there unless you've already done it before. So if it's your first time going into the form, make sure you do that. I'm texting everybody the link. You should have gotten a text this morning with the link, so just make sure that you click that link and save that form for reporting your sales. And then effective dates, of course. You know, we're working for 6/1. You select your 6/1. Pick the plan that you're writing for. Let's say we're writing a devoted plan. And then what type of plan it is, the prime plan. And then just go through it. Plug in the information and hit submit at the bottom. And this is how you're tracking sales and tracking that contest. So please make sure that you report your sales, because if you don't, you have no idea what's going on out there. And of course, you know, when AEP rolls around, you're going to ask for mailers and text messages and phone calls, and we won't have any of that information, and you're going to have to replug all of it in. So just get ahead of it. Make sure that you've got that. It's also going to build out your CRM system until we have our HPM shop, which is our new quote and enroll tool, which is rolling out this month. We are really, really, really close to rolling it out. I know John has been working on that to get that set up. So I'm telling everybody, virtually any day now. We've already gotten 4 or 5 carrier approvals from CMS, so they're coming back down this week. So fingers crossed, we'll have this thing launched very, very shortly. So thanks for your patience on that. Really an incredible tool. I'll be doing some training sessions. There'll be weekly, maybe even twice a week trainings moving forward, and then on-demand trainings on how to use the quote and enroll tool, which is a fantastic new tool to help your folks with their Medicare or Medicare Advantage. So, all right. Now, it's brought to my attention that there is a program out there called the Emergency Broadband Program, or the Benefit Program. And I wanted to bring it to your attention because, yes, we go out into the community. We're helping people with Medicaid. We're helping people with LIS. You know, we're helping people connect with doctors. We're helping them with a health plan, obviously. That's how we get compensated. But there's also some other programs out there that could really help somebody in case the conversation goes the way that they do. So the Emergency Broadband Benefit Program has a little training session here. It's about 5 minutes long, and I wanted to show you guys this because you can help people get internet connection. So this is really awesome. Seniors, and then those in need if you're doing ACA products, just to help folks stay connected and make sure that they have, you know, becoming, you know, a bare necessity is to have access to the internet. So, so here it is. I'm going to go ahead and play this for you, and hopefully it shows up okay.
Welcome to the Emergency Broadband Benefit Program Overview Module. This module will provide information. Access the module's key points in the Resources tab in the upper hand corner of the screen. Let's begin. The Emergency Broadband Benefit Program was created by Congress as a part of the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2021. It is a broadband and device benefit for low-income consumers during the COVID-19 pandemic. Through the Emergency Broadband Benefit, eligible households can get a discount of up to $50 per month on internet service, and consumers living on federally recognized tribal lands are eligible for an enhanced tribal benefit of up to $75 per month. Additionally, the program also offers a one-time discount of up to $100 toward the purchase of a laptop, desktop, or tablet from participating providers. Families will have to provide between $10 and $50 towards the purchase price. Each household can only receive one service discount and one device discount. Let's take a look at the eligibility criteria for the Emergency Broadband Benefit Program. You may qualify for the Emergency Broadband Benefit if at least one person in your household meets any of the following criteria. participates in the existing Lifeline program, qualifies for the Lifeline program through a government or tribal-specific program, or through income, has been approved to receive benefits under the free and reduced price school lunch program or school breakfast program, has experienced a substantial loss of income through loss of job or furlough since February 29, 2020, with a total household income in 2020 at or below $99,000 for single filers and $198,000 for joint filers, is a student who has received a federal Pell Grant in the current award year or meets the eligibility criteria for a participating provider's existing low-income or COVID-19 program. The program application process will depend on whether you already participate in the Lifeline program or if you are a new consumer. Please select the appropriate tab to continue. There are two options for new consumers to apply. Option 1 is to apply for the Emergency Broadband Benefit through the National Eligibility Verifier. This process will confirm your eligibility. You can click the link on the screen to learn more about the system. You can apply either online or by mail. Click on each tab to learn more about each option. Option 2 is to contact a participating provider in your area to ask about their service offering and to apply directly with them. Some participating providers may direct you to apply first through the National Eligibility Verifier. Please keep in mind, though, that not all service providers will offer the Emergency Broadband Benefit. To check which service providers are participating in the program, use the Companies Near Me tool. You can click the link on the screen to access the tool. If you receive the Lifeline benefit, you do not need to apply for the Emergency Broadband Benefit. You can apply your Emergency Broadband Benefit and your Lifeline benefit to the same or separate services. However, your existing broadband provider cannot enroll you in the EBB program without your consent. Contact your provider to opt in to receive the discount or use our Companies Near Me tool to find a participating provider near you. The Emergency Broadband Benefit Program expires when funds are exhausted or 6 months after the Secretary of Health and Human Services declares the end of the COVID-19 health emergency. If you have more questions about the program or need additional resources, please visit the consumer website at getemergencybroadband.org or contact the Emergency Broadband Support Center at 833-511-0311.
So guys, as you can see, this is a fantastic program, and thanks to Ron for sending that over to me. That link is getemergencybroadband.org. So go out there, and one thing too, if they've already got the Lifeline program through the cell phone, they don't need to apply again, but they do have to call their carrier to make sure that they turn this on. So incredible program. If you need more information, getemergencybroadband.org. Again, another free service that you're offering to the community to help them get internet access, get phone connection and cell phone benefits, and obviously keeping them connected to their family through what we've already gone through with COVID. So take advantage of that and use that to your advantage. You will have people seeking you out, which is fantastic. All right, moving on. We have one thing I do want to go through this morning is one of the SEPs, special election periods, one of the election periods that seems to be forgotten about. So we have AEP, we have OEP, open enrollment period, which ended on March 31st. Okay, now we have a lot of SEPs right now, including 2 5-star plans that you have in your back pocket. But what happens if a member enrolls for May, their Medicare starts in May, and they made a boo-boo? They chose the wrong plan, or they're not happy with the plan. They have OEP new. Now, I'm going to read this and then I'm going to explain it a little bit more to make sure that everybody understands. This is a get out of jail for free card for anyone that is enrolled, which is newly enrolled in a Medicare Advantage plan for the first time. So this is Medicare Advantage, OEP new, open enrollment period. This is the month of Medicare entitlement, and for 2 additional months following IEP or ICEP enrollment into an MA or MAPD plan. Okay, so let me just paraphrase that really quickly. The member is enrolled in Medicare for May 1st effective. They have May and 2 additional months to make a change. You have June and July. Okay, so OEP is available to new Medicare Advantage enrollees following IEP or ICEP with their Medicare entitlement. The one-time election begins the month of entitlement, the effective date to Part A and Part B, and for the 2 additional months. Okay, so what I'm using here is the Humana election period guide, which lives in your gold key. It's in the very front of your gold key, so make sure that you access your gold key. If you don't have your gold key, let an HPM employee know so we can get that set up. Okay. All right. Note, beneficiaries who wait to use their IEP or ICEP until the month of their Medicare effective date or later during that initial 7th month window will reduce or even forfeit their OEP. Okay? So what does that mean? It means that if your birthday's in May, you have June, July, August to choose a plan. If you wait until August, it's going to affect your OEP. Okay, but you have 2 rolling months. But remember, it starts only on the month of the entitlement date. So if you're on May, you only have May, June, and July. You can't use it in August or September. It's expired because your effective date was in May. You have to pay attention to that. OEP new, to enroll in a different Medicare Advantage or Medicare Advantage plan from a Medicare and Medicare Advantage plan. Note, to disenroll from an MA, MAPD, and enroll in a PDP only, you're going to need to use an SEP/OEP code, and we're not going to go through that today. But this chart is really, really helpful. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because we did have an agent that came into the office and says, hey, this person enrolled in Florida Blue, they're not happy. Unfortunately, the 5-star plans aren't going to be a fit. They're not in their area. So what do I do? Well, OEP new. They were effective for May 1st, so they have May, June, and July to make one more change. Even though they chose Florida Blue, they make one more change in that 3-month period. Okay, so just want to bring that up because I think a lot of you may have forgotten about that little thing that rolled out a couple of years ago. Okay. All right. So last thing on my list this morning is I do want to share with you a video that I found from Mark Wayshak. This is one of our sales gurus that I often show you guys. And you're doing events out there. You're contacting people. And remember, over the last month we've been talking about traffic, right? Traffic. So we're now sitting up, and I'm seeing some pictures floating in from the WhatsApp. You guys are doing a fantastic job setting out events, but you can set up all day, and unless you're having really meaningful conversations with your prospects, you may not be getting the results that you need. So, how do we start a conversation with a prospect? It sounds very basic, but this is somewhat of an art form, okay? Some people are better at it than others. And then you're going to find your own niche, your own style on how you do this. But I do want to cover this. It's a 5-minute video, and I think Mark Wayshak is, really smart when it comes to, this kind of stuff. So here we go.
Most salespeople start their conversations with prospects by pitching. And by that, I mean this. I'm with XYZ company, and we are the best. We are the most experienced. We are the awesomest company in the world. Now, obviously, I'm a little tongue-in-cheek there, but that's what pitching is. It's starting off the conversation in a way that is totally focused on me, the salesperson, and my company. But prospects don't care about you or your company, so they will immediately tune out. You need to have an approach that is going to both set you apart from the competition and set you up as the expert. in a way that will ultimately engage the prospect. In this video, I'm going to show you the single best way to start a conversation with any prospect. Check it out. Now, I'm going to show you a very simple 3-step approach to starting a conversation with any prospect. And the first part is all about showing that you know what's going on in their marketplace. When a prospect thinks that you're going to provide them with some valuable information, they're immediately going to start to listen. So start off that conversation with something that sounds like this. Right now, I'm seeing a lot going on in your sector that looks like the following. Now, that simple sentence is all about showing them value. You're coming off as the expert because you see what's going on in their sector or their industry or amongst companies like theirs. By doing that, they're going to say, maybe I should listen to this person. The next step is to list off 3 very common challenges that you both see going on in the marketplace, but also challenges that you solve. Now, this may sound simple, but I find that a lot of times salespeople get this wrong. So I would start with, right now I'm seeing a lot of companies that are struggling with, and then those 3 challenges. Again, it's showing that you know what's going on, and I'll give you some examples of the challenges that I might list off. So mine might sound a lot like, a lot of companies right now that I see in the marketplace are losing sales to low-cost competitors, or they're frustrated with old sales approaches that just simply aren't working on savvy prospects. Or finally, they're just finding it more difficult than ever to set really good quality sales meetings. So you can see what I did there is I listed off 3 very simple challenges that are very likely to be relevant to my prospect. What are those challenges that your prospects are facing that you solve? Think about those, write them out, and start to incorporate them into your opening. And then lastly, the third part is all about engaging the prospect with a question. And so a simple way to tie this off with a bow might sound like, do any of those issues ring true to you? By finishing off those 3 challenges and then asking a question like, do any of those issues ring true to you? You are now encouraging them to engage with those challenges. And what you're going to find is that the prospect is going to say, yeah, actually, we are dealing with one of those challenges. And once you have that, now you can dig into that challenge. And the interaction is off to the races. If you use this very, very simple approach, you're going to accomplish a lot of things all at once. Your prospect is going to see you as an expert, as someone who knows what's going on. 2, you're going to really engage them in a conversation. And 3, you're ultimately going to take that sales conversation down a very, very powerful path, which is a conversation based around the challenges that your prospect is facing. If you can accomplish those 3 key points, then you have just started a really, really effective sales conversation. So there you have it. There is the single best way to start a conversation with any prospect. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever used this approach or a similar approach before? If so, what was the result? Be sure to share below in the comment section, and I will be sure to respond to every comment that I can get to. And if you enjoyed this video, then I have an incredible free ebook on 25 tips to crush your sales goal. It's this ebook. It's unbelievable. All you have to do is just click right here to get it instantly. Seriously, it's an amazing book, and it's free. Just click right here to get it instantly. Also, if you got some value from this video, please like this video below on YouTube because that really helps me out. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking right here to get access to a new video just like this one each week. And lastly, if you got just one useful idea from this video, please share it with a friend or 2. A great idea is the best gift you can give someone. Until next week.
There you go, Mark Wayshak, folks. So talking about what he's teaching here, and obviously I'm a fan of what he does. So if you are interested in getting his ebooks or subscribing to his channel, do it. He's got some really, really great free tips and reminders as sales folks to do what we need to be doing. But going back to what he was talking about, right? Really quickly, the first thing is this is what I'm usually seeing in your market. So you're talking to somebody at your tabletop, you ask their name, maybe you like their shirt or whatever, and now they're engaged for a second, and you say, you know what, I'm really seeing that a lot of seniors are overwhelmed with all the different plan choices that are out there. And one of actually the three things that I usually see out there that people struggle with is really good dental coverage. Sometimes I see people having trouble getting their medications because they're too expensive or they're not covered, or having trouble getting to the referrals to your specialists. Now, do any of these issues or challenges ring true for you? That's how you do it. That's exactly what he was saying is, I'm an expert. I know what's happening in your field. Here's three things that my clients usually face and why they're shopping for a health plan. And then do any of these issues relate to you? Are you dealing with any of these issues? However you're going to use that, there's a perfect strategy on how to talk to folks at a tabletop, or if they call you, or you bump into them, or the doctor refers you something. Position yourself as the expert first. This is what I'm seeing out there. This is what some of my clients are experiencing. Here's three examples of that. And then, are any of these things happening to you? So I really liked his layout in that, and obviously it's going to take some practice to get it right. But going back to basics, guys, how to start that conversation, how to get them initiated in basically telling you how to sell them on a plan, right? They're telling you what is broken. They're asking for your help at that point. Sometimes not, so clearly, but they're going to tell you, yeah, my meds are too expensive, or I can't see my doctor, or I'm looking for that healthy foods card, or whatever that looks like. They're giving you the answer, and then all you have to do is ask the question, okay? So I hope that helps. We're at the end of our time here, so I am going to open it up. If anyone has any questions or needs some assistance, now is the time. Any questions? Okay. All right, if there's no questions, just as a reminder, we do this call, and I am doing a share screen, so it's always better to jump on a computer if you can for the call. But I know some of you are on the road, so that's fine. If you want to reference back to this call, I am shooting a video. It's going to be loaded on YouTube, and I am trying at least once or twice a week to remind you that, hey, that YouTube channel's out there. Go ahead and subscribe to it so you get a notice from HPM when we load one of these calls, so that way you know exactly what's going on out there in the world. So with that, I will leave you to your devices. I hope everyone has a fantastic week. Be successful and go out there and help as many people as you can. Thank you guys, and have a fantastic week.